Kevin Gordon here from Model Savant with your July 6th edition of the afternoon commute. Start off, we finally hit 100,000 views on YouTube. Yay! If only I had some kind of cute cat videos, I'd probably be at 10 times that. But nevertheless, we'll take it when we can get it. Well, it is Friday, and it's the Friday of a Grand Prix Formula One weekend. This weekend specifically being the Silverstone or the Great Britain GP. And again, just a reminder, if you're not watching Formula One this year, start. Even though they've invented magically disappearing tires to cause some drama in the racing, it is a highly competitive year this year, and pretty interesting. So, I don't have anything on the facts and figures or science of Formula One this week, but there has been a video floating around the webs of the evolution of a Formula One car done all in line drawings, and it really is pretty fascinating. So take a look at that. The link is here. Let's see if I can get it just right. Here. Here. And since I don't have any facts and figures on Formula One, how about a little other science? Well, the Higgs boson was, they think, officially discovered. The AKA God particle. And if you're anything like me, I'm sure you're absolutely sick and tired of all your moronic friends coming to you to ask you to explain what it is. Well, I know you know. So I'm not going to bother to take the time to explain it to you. On other science news, they also think they've discovered the first proof of dark matter. Dark matter, this one I'll explain a little bit because I actually understand it, so if you go look at a picture of the universe, you collect all the stuff that you can think of that would make up the mass of the universe, and they estimate that they don't see 83% of it. So for a long time now, science has hypothesized that the rest of this stuff was this stuff they started calling dark matter. Well, recently, something that's, millions or trillions of light years away, they found these two segments of the universe held together by something they can't see, and they think it's really the first proof of that. So, interesting stuff. Nothing to do with cars, but if I had my guess, if Formula One's going on in about 50 years, they'll somehow be using all of this to their advantage. Final thought on Formula One before we move on. Predictions for the weekend. It's been a while since Jenson Button has done anything. He's at his home Grand Prix. I think he's up for a podium spot. The rest of that podium, my bet would be Kimi Räikkönen and Fernando Alonso. Why no Lewis Hamilton? Because I'm pretty convinced his team hates him and they'll screw up another pit stop for him majorly this weekend. Moving on to the Mercedes-Benz CLS Shooting Brake, which leaked, and somehow Car and Driver found it first, which seems way too convenient for my tastes. The picture of it's here. Forgive me, I just couldn't get myself to care any less. One, I don't actually like the CLS. I think I'm one of the few people I know who just flat out doesn't like it. If you want an E-Class chassis, go buy an E-Class. And if you want an E-Class that doesn't have a traditional trunk, guess what? They already make a wagon of it. In fact, they make an AMG version that's really, really fast. So, although I'll never have to worry about it because they have no plans to bring the CLS Shooting Brake into the United States. Although, if I know PR people, when things get leaked, it's typically to judge public perception, and those perceptions determine where cars actually get sold. So, we shall see on that one. The Mazda CX-5, the Mazda compact sport utility, with its Skyactiv engine and its 35 miles per gallon highway, which we will be testing in about 2 weeks, so stay tuned for that. it's doing really, really well in the market. So well, in fact, that they're doubling output of the Skyactiv engines and the CX-5 to keep up with demand. So it seems like a pretty successful thing for Mazda. Obviously, their advertising campaign about this Skyactiv technology stuff is working. It should be interesting to see how that filters into the upcoming Mazda 6. And fingers crossed, the Miata actually gets an engine bump, although yesterday's news makes that look less and less likely. Next up, Volkswagen now owns all of Porsche. They've basically owned it for a while now, although they didn't have a controlling share. Now it's official, so expect more collaborations between Porsche and Volkswagen, like the Cayenne, which is already out, and the Cajun, I think it's going to be called, the new small one based off of the Audi Q5 Tiguan platform. You know, the jokes about a rear-engine Volkswagen now coming because they own Porsche again, I don't think so. Final two things for the week. The Chevrolet Spark, you know, the one that's rolling on dubs that are 15s. That Chevrolet Spark now no longer has a CD player, which is another beginning of the end for something. Like we were talking about naturally aspirated large displacement V8s. Well, CD players are going to go away rapidly in the near future. They add unnecessary cost and weight when everybody just plugs in their phone or their MP3 player to their car at this point. And finally, I talked about the fact that it was canceled a week ago or so. The Pikes Peak Hill Climb has been rescheduled for August 12th. So if you're interested to go see it, I imagine that the rescheduling has screwed up hotel scheduling and the like pretty significantly, so now's your chance. Hope you guys had a good week. We're out actually to film the review of the 2013, because I'm an idiot and kept calling it a 2012, the 2013 Mustang GT with an automatic. And we will talk to you guys next week.